If I could have council come sit down, please. We haven't come out of executive. All right, we have technically been in executive session prior to this meeting, so do I have a motion to come out of executive session?
Motion.
Okay, motion by Sherry, second by Lisa. Do I hear a motion? Oh, no, I'm sorry,
Kelly.
who was it?
We both said motion. Lisa was silent. It doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. You start to sound the same a little bit. No vote was taken in executive session, but I will open the floor for any motions.
I will make a motion to allow our mayor to enter into contract negotiations with a city administrator candidate to fill our vacant city administrator position.
Second.
Heard that motion from Grant, second from Brantley. Any further discussion or question? Okay, all in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you very much. Do I have a motion to close executive session, or close the 5 o'clock special council meeting?
Motion.
Motion from Shanice, second.
Second.
Second from Catherine. All in favor? Okay, we'll close it out. Okay, now, a little bit of formality there. We will officially commence the City of Travelers Rest meeting for Thursday, January 18th. Thanks for having an audience tonight. We're having a little party, which is very exciting. Appreciate everyone being here. If you will please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And Councilmember Catherine James, will you please pray for council?
Let us pray. God, thank you for bringing us together today in a spirit of community. Grant us light to know the needs of those we are privileged to serve and strength to make wise decisions for the benefit of all. May we honor one another by keeping open minds. May we voice the truth and listen with open hearts. We ask for wisdom, compassion, and grace to use our talents for the betterment of others. We offer this prayer in deep gratitude. Amen.
Thank you so much. Okay. Do I hear a motion to approve the regular council meeting for December the 21st?
Motion to approve.
Okay, you've heard that motion from Shanice. A second?
Second.
Second from Sherry. Any edits, discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Okay, so we will get to the exciting portion of our meeting tonight. We have some proclamations to give. So we have some amazing citizens that we want to recognize. Kelly, would you mind giving us a little rundown of, this was presented by Kelly, and we have just two great people that we want to celebrate.
So Alysia Bruer and I, who is working with Greenville Mentor Collaborative, she and I work together on some other projects, and we're talking about mentoring, and she mentioned that she had done this in another municipality and thought it would be great to recognize some of our Travelers Rest mentees and raise awareness for the need for mentors in the area. So I'm excited to have Caroline and Craig recognized for their commitment to our community.
And Alysia, you'll speak to us in a few minutes. But first, we want to recognize Craig and Caroline. If you guys want to come up to the front, I'm going to read from here just so we can make sure that we have our online people can hear properly. But yeah, is Craig here? Oh, look, is this maybe this might be him walking through the door? We'll just ambush them. Are you Craig? No? Okay, not it. Okay, well, if council is okay, let's hold. And why don't we, citizen participation, Sharon, would you mind coming up and sharing with the audience what you would like to speak to?
I thought it was going to be third.
No, that's great. And Sharon, just a reminder, you have 5 minutes, but we appreciate you coming to council. And yeah, you're more than welcome to come on in. Thank you.
Okay. Am I on? I'm on. Good evening. I am Sharon Clump, live in Greenville, know most of you for a long time. I'm here tonight to update you about instant runoff voting, also known as ranked choice voting. I'm representing Better Ballot South Carolina, a nonpartisan 501c3 nonprofit grassroots movement in South Carolina. I'm leaving you a packet of information that documents some of the advantages of instant runoff voting, including an example of the cost runoffs to Greenville County. One of the highlights of instant runoff voting is voter engagement. It encourages political parties to allow more candidates to run for office so that voters have more choices about electing people who share their values. We know that many registered voters do not even bother to vote in primary elections because there are so few candidates on one ballot. Many voters are influenced by party affiliation and are happy to vote straight party without even knowing who they're voting for. If we had more choices on the ballot, candidates would be more inclined to engage with their constituents and talk about the issues that they support. Remember when we had town halls? Old days. It may also open the door to independent voters to become more involved. Having more candidates from which to choose would increase voter participation. For instance, in the 2022 primary election, only 16.9% of registered voters cast votes, resulting in a large number of unopposed seats in the following general election. All too often, less than 25% of the electorate is deciding who our lawmakers are. Instant runoff voting would encourage candidates to attract more voter participation. Secondly, the cost of runoff elections is another advantage of instant runoff voting. It reduces dollars that cities and towns could spend on roads, infrastructure, and public works, and fire engines. The cost of the 2022 statewide runoff election cost Greenville $45,000 after reimbursement by the state. In November, it cost taxpayers, this is for Charleston. In the past Charleston election, it cost taxpayers $110,000 for the runoff, on top of the $200,000 price tag for the initial election. And that second election, of course, saw fewer participants. Travelers Rest and Malden vote by a plurality, so instant runoff voting would not be necessitated here. It wouldn't affect you at all. But the city of Greenville, Fountain Inn, Greer, and Simpsonville vote by majority runoff. In South Carolina, 151 cities and towns vote by majority runoff, whereas 118 vote as we do in Travelers Rest. Last year, a bipartisan bill by Representative Jermaine Johnson and Neil Collins was introduced to the House, H. 4022. And it is calling for South Carolina municipalities only to be allowed to use instant runoff voting if they chose to do so. It has been used in the South Carolina military and overseas workers since 2006. This is not a new concept in South Carolina. TR votes by a plurality method, so it would not affect voting for us. But among the municipalities that vote by a majority, it would benefit taxpayers, for voters time-wise and economically. One other point, this topic has been widely covered by the Post and Courier, which I read very much, and am putting some articles in here that are doing that. And they especially did a lot of coverage on the Charleston race, where it really would have made a difference and it was being promoted. So what am I asking for you who this would not affect? Please review the materials in the packet that I'm leaving for you and talk with fellow council members, not only in TR, but across the rest of the municipalities in Greenville, and to see if they're even talking about this for the future. I'd like you, all of you know local legislators, to please talk with the South Carolina legislators, because that's the way it's going to get changed. They would have to vote for this, and obviously we know they're not real inclined to do that. But to talk to them and see how, what they're feeling about this, whether they see this as a possibility at some point, and ask them whether they would co-sponsor the bill currently in session. It was on session last term also, so it's always around. If you find that you would be interested in supporting yourselves and other municipalities in South Carolina, I ask that you adopt the enclosed resolution and vote for it in your regular course of business. And of course, to share this information with your fellow city council people.
Thank you so much, Sharon. We appreciate you.
Any questions? Okay. Can I
Thank
pass
you.
these out? Or
Yeah, you can just hand it to one of us and we'll pass it down. Give it to Grant. He'll take care of us. Yeah. Well, thank you so much. We know that, Sharon, you are the instant runoff and ranked choice voting expert in the city of Travelers Rest. And so,
it's not happening here, it's happening in Charleston.
yes.
So this is statewide.
I mean, basically what I heard is that the state needs to be more like Travelers Rest, maybe in that a little bit, so we'll take that. But appreciate your passion. And if we could give an award for most attended council meetings, Sharon would have that. She's a great citizen and participates, and we appreciate you coming and sharing your thoughts. All right. Well, what should we let Alysia speak, or would that be helpful to kind of have some context? Yeah. Would you mind coming next? Yeah, please come on up. You'll have 5 minutes, and we appreciate you coming to. I think you'll help set the stage for our citizen recognition.
I am thrilled to do that. Thank you, Kelly. Thank you, Mayor, and all of the council members for allowing us to have this opportunity to talk about some amazing volunteers in your community, as well as introduce you to maybe some organizations that you may not be aware of. So my name is Alysia Bruer, and I serve as the director for the Greenville Mentoring Collaborative. And I was speaking with the mayor earlier about this 22. It's actually a sorority button. However, I can use it to also illustrate the number of organizations working together across the county to ensure that all of our youth have access to quality mentoring opportunities. Now, this organization came together about 6 years ago because the county schools throughout Greenville County, as well as our juvenile detention center, was having a very difficult time identifying mentors. They knew that they had students and young people who had needs that weren't being met, but as many of us know, sometimes the harvest is plenty, but the laborers are few. And they were running into that and not really understanding why. So several mentoring organizations, as well as the Greenville County School District, started coming together to try to understand who was doing what throughout the county and how it was happening and where the gaps were. And so fast forward to today, about a year ago, we were able to, in partnership with United Way and On Track Greenville, formalize the Greenville County Mentoring Collaborative so that we would have a structure to be able to work together collaboratively. So January is National Mentoring Month, and it's a national campaign aimed at expanding mentoring opportunities so that more of our community's young people across the nation are connected to caring adults. This year, we are really thrilled to join Travelers Rest to be able to celebrate unsung heroes in our community, but also to raise awareness about the impact that these heroes are having in our communities. It truly is this cycle of success that happens when a young person has positive adults that are pouring into them. Research shows that mentors play a powerful role in providing young people with the tools to make positive choices, attend and engage in school, and reduce or avoid negative behaviors. In addition to the mentoring organizations, and there are 14 of them that are currently working together, we also engage business, law enforcement, schools, as I mentioned, the school district, and local government as partners because decades of research show that young people with mentors contribute to society. These youth are 52% less likely than their peers to skip a day in school. They're 55% more likely to be enrolled in college. They're 81% more likely to report participating regularly in sports and other extracurricular activities. And they're 78% more likely to volunteer in their communities and hold leadership positions. So many of you probably can think back to the people who were in your life and who really contributed to where you are today. Sometimes it's a parent, other times it's an aunt or an uncle, sometimes it's a coach. But unfortunately, we have many people, and Shanice can probably talk about this because I just learned that she's a mentor with Fostering Great Ideas, a program that serves our foster youth. Many youth in our community, unfortunately, don't have a web of support, and that's where mentors come in. So young people with positive adult relationships behave better, they make positive choices, and they help to create a safer, more productive community for everyone. However, and this is the unfortunate part, when our mentoring organizations and other partners start coming together, we actually did a research study, and we found that here in Greenville County, less than 2% of young people in our community had access to a mentor, a formal mentor. So if you've never considered becoming a mentor, we have two wonderful organizations represented here, Big Brothers Big Sisters, as well as Momentum Bike Clubs. And then, of course, Shanice Chris is a mentor with Fostering Great Ideas. I encourage you to speak with one of them about what it's like to volunteer. And of course, again, we appreciate you for recognizing and uplifting the two wonderful mentors, Craig and Caroline, who are here today from Big Brothers Big Sisters and Momentum Bike Club. Again, we appreciate your support, and I encourage everyone here to please go to gvlmentoring.org to find out more about the 14 wonderful organizations working in our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Maybe as part of our celebration of Caroline and Craig, we can include that link, and we'll do some social posts to help
Thank
encourage.
you.
That would be great. All right,
It's really cool. They have like a consolidated sort of entry or, information form, so you don't have to research all the organizations. You can say,
Little
what age
matchmaker.
group you want to work with, if you care about gender or anything like that, that they can help navigate you. So
Great.
it's really
Thank you
Yes,
so
we try to
much.
make it as easy as possible for
I
everyone to get
understand that.
involved.
Yeah. Well, great. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Thank you.
Well, I think we have Craig in the house, so if you want to come on forward, and then we have Caroline. You guys want to stand up here? I mean, we got to embarrass you a little bit, but just stand in the front. And we have two proclamations because we want to honor you both. And so I might just read some of the pieces that are the same, and then you both are very individual and unique, and so we appreciate you both being here. Would you like to introduce your guest?
Yes, this is Tori Allen.
Hey.
Been Big Brother.
Good.
Tori lives right around the corner.
Nice.
Aw, good job.
Great.
Well, yeah, I'm glad you're here for our council meeting and to help celebrate Craig. So this is a proclamation. So this is basically, for your information, a way that local government celebrates individuals. And this kind of goes down in the record book, but it's also officially your day. So you can say, like, I've gotten a day from the City of Travelers Rest. And so we very much appreciate all your contributions. And so we'll start with Caroline. And then after I read these, we can take some pictures and you guys can, oh yeah, please. Oh, oh. Hey guys. Love it. Yeah, thank you guys for coming. You're hiding back there, so it's nice to see you. We're going to make you come up here and take some pictures in a minute, so be ready for it. Well, first we're going to start with Caroline. So whereas January is National Mentoring Month, an annual campaign to recruit quality mentors to provide additional networks and support for young people. Travelers Rest South Carolina recognizes the contributions of volunteer mentors who guide young people to success in their education, career, and well-being. With a mentor, youth facing risk are more likely to enroll in college, less likely to start using drugs, and more likely to regularly participate in their communities. Mentoring Month is the time of year to celebrate, elevate, and encourage mentors in our community, which is what we're doing tonight. So Caroline, you have taught within the Greenville County school system. Were you not Teacher of the Year? I thought so. Yeah. So we got a rock star in here. And mentored both students within and outside of the classroom. Caroline has volunteered with the Momentum Bike Clubs, whose mission is to support the lives of under-resourced young children through comprehensive youth development program using the platform of cycling and mentoring relationships to promote health and well-being. For 7 years, Caroline has contributed to our community by developing and enabling impactful mentoring relationships that increase social capital for young people and provide invaluable support networks. So now, therefore, I, Mayor Brandy Amadon of the City of Travelers Rest, along with City Council, demonstrate the value of mentors in this community, do hereby proclaim January the 19th, 2024, as Caroline Caroline Creel Day. So congratulations, yeah. I'll come down and take a picture with you in just a minute. We'll give her a round of applause. we have your Craig, so we'll start there. I won't read too much of the National Mentoring Support, but thinking about Craig specifically, and you need to pronounce your last name. We had a debate. Okay, you're going to say that over again for the rest of I love it. I love it. Craig has volunteered with organizations such as Big Brother, Big Sister, whose mission it is to support one another, one-to-one mentoring, relationships that ignite the power and promise of youth. Craig served as a mentor in the Travelers Rest area since March 2023, has contributed to our community by developing impactful mentoring relationships that help youth achieve in school and reach their potential. Now, therefore, I, Brandy Amadon, Mayor of the City of Travelers Rest, along with members of Travelers Rest City Council, do demonstrate the value of mentors in this community, do hereby proclaim January 18th, 2024 as Craig Day. There you go. Thank you so much. Here you go. Let's get And if family wants to come up and take pictures, we can pause for photo ops. But if you want to do a
Oh, that here in this area? Oh, in Atlanta? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh.
You guys are more than welcome if you I have to take a picture. It didn't happen. Nice to see you. Hello. We got all kinds of Let's start in the middle.
Yeah, rock star status.
Cool, yeah. Thank you for attending. Yeah, you guys can alternate. Yeah, take your time.
Try to hide back there.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And as I mentioned to some of you guys are more than welcome to stay for the remainder of the council meeting. You can also leave at this time if you would like. So don't feel pressure if you have dinner plans, but we would also love for you to stick around as well. Thank you, Craig. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Yeah, we appreciate it. We'll give just a minute for transition.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you for coming. And thank you, Kelly, for that connection. And that was great. I really appreciate that.
That was.
All right, next we will move into election of our Mayor Pro Tem for our guests. This is kind of like the VP for City Council, and so if anything ever happens to me, this Mayor Pro Tem would take over my role until a vote could be had, and then also they're mainly just my partner to have conversations about things for the city, be a backup, come to career day at Northwest Middle School, do all the fun things that I get to be a part of. So I will open up the floor for nominations for Mayor Pro Tem. You can nominate yourself or you can nominate a council member. Do we have a nomination for Mayor Pro Tem?
I'll nominate Grant Baumgardner.
Okay. We have a nomination for Grant. Have another nomination?
I'll nominate Kelly Byers.
All right, Kelly. All right, anybody else? All right, I'm going to close nominations. Thank you for that. And also, if we have, we'll have ballots, and Carson will be our responsible adult for tallying them for us. And so you've got 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll have Kelly and Grant. So just put your number 1 at the top and number 2 at the bottom. Ranked choice voting is what we're doing right here. So.
Pass them to the center.
Yeah, you can just set it on the top. Carson will come grab them. And then Mike is going to be her witness in case Carson wants to get a little squirrely and just pick whoever she wants to.
Witness, be a witness.
And I really do appreciate the Mayor Pro Tem role and the ability to step up. I mean, you're not getting an extra raise when you become Mayor Pro Tem. So I appreciate the willingness to serve a little bit extra in what we do. That'll be the most stressful thing you do all week. Awesome. All right. Well, I'd like to congratulate Grant Baumgartner for our next Mayor Pro Tem. So thank you very much. I appreciate it. Round of applause. Yeah. Both are amazing, and I appreciate both of you willing to serve. And Grant, I'm going to put you to work. Grant is now in charge of saying all the big hard words that I cannot pronounce. So thank you. I appreciate it. We'll be a good team. All right, now we will move to appointment of committee chairs. And so this is where we have a new year. We have an additional council member. And so you have the committee chair list that I've put together in your packet. And so I will make a motion to approve the appointment of committee chairs as presented by myself. Do I hear a second?
Second.
Okay, second by Grant. Any further discussion or questions? Okay, all in favor? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you for that. And then next committee, we will vote on our co-chairs. So just be ready for that. You'll vote within your committee. All right, now we will move into our ordinances and resolutions for second reading. We actually have 3 tonight. So first, we have our comprehensive plan 5-year update from Brantley.
Yep, I'd like to make a motion to approve ordinance TR 0-09-23.
Okay, you've heard that motion. Do we have a second?
Second.
Second from Grant. Brantley, you want to give us a little summary?
Yeah, this is our 5-year update of our comprehensive plan. Several updates were made. This is our second reading.
For that. Any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Next, we have our zoning ordinance text amendment for Article 5 and Article 6 for Brantley.
Yes, this again, second reading, make a motion to approve ordinance TR 0-10-23.
Okay, you've heard that motion. We have a second?
Second.
Okay, second from Kelly. Any further discussion? All in favor? Last one, we have our business license, and this is with Grant.
I move to accept the ordinance number TR 0-01-24, which is the business license NAICS code class schedule update.
Heard that motion. We have a second.
Second.
Grant, you want to give us a little summary?
This is, for those that don't know, a couple years ago, the state came to municipalities, made us change our business license names on some of them, and what they did is they made them universal throughout the entire state, and they have made some changes in that. We're mandated, we just simply have to accept those changes. So we are doing, the state has sent out what those changes are, and we are moving to accept those.
All right, any further discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. And again, for our audience, this is for second reading. So last month we had first reading, probably had a little bit more conversation, so this gives us an opportunity if we have any further questions, but we're all good, so moving forward. So now we'll move into our committee reports. And again, this is where when we have committee, today we kind of give a summary of what we discussed, but committee meetings, we go into a little bit more detail, and you're welcome to come back for those next month. We'll start with our Public Works. We have Chair Lane.
The Public Works Committee met January 8th, 2024, and approved the December 11th minutes. The committee discussed the December Public Works report. Director Tate highlighted the litter pickup scheduled for Martin Luther King Day between the city and Let's Keep TR Beautiful. He also noted that the city has seen a year-over-year increase in litter and litter pickup. The increase in litter pickup is attributable to an increase in volunteers. So we are very thankful for those volunteers. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Lisa. And we had a great volunteer for Martin Luther King Day, a great group that showed up and picked up a lot of trash. That's lovely. All right, Public Safety, Chair Byers.
The Public Safety Committee met on January 8th and approved the December 11th minutes. The committee reviewed the following from the December Public Safety reports. For police, Chief Ford noted that the department is fully staffed, and Teresa Englehart presented the results of the Community Police Survey, and the police department will be asking for an extension on their accreditation. For fire, Chief Robertson noted that calls are slower at the beginning of the year and mentioned that about 80% of our calls are currently medical and 30% of our calls are from the Furman area. And for building permits, Director Foreman stated that there was a bump in building permits last month.
Planning and Development, Chair Vest.
Planning and Development Committee met on January 8th. We approved the December 11 minutes. We also discussed the December Planning and Development report. Director Foreman noted several items. Well, I shouldn't say several, I should say 2 items that we talked about. One is the Athens Street duplexes. That will come before Planning Commission on January 25th. We also discussed a potential annexation and rezoning hearing for East there is a hearing, so we discussed that hearing. Is for East Bowers Road and Coleman Road on January 25th. That request is an annexation into the city and zoning to allow for 87 single-family homes.
Brantley, Ways and Means, Chair Baumgartner.
The Ways and Means Committee met on January 8th and approved the December 11th meeting minutes. And in your packet is the financial statements for the month of December. I do believe one note I will make is that I know Eric sent out, when he sent these statements out, showing that our ad valorem taxes are a little bit low right now, which is actually normal. That usually we don't get them all in December and January anyway, so they're liable to trickle in over the next 2 months. We should see a bigger number in March anyway. So that ends my report.
Grant. Ordinances and resolutions for first reading, we have none tonight. Old business, we have none. New business, we have none. Miscellaneous matters, does anyone have anything for the good of council?
I apologize for not knowing the group of youngsters that won their competition on MLK Day.
Yes, for the high school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the name, the official name?
I'd have to look it up, Wayne. They did a great job.
Oh, yeah, it brings us a lot of recognition. I like to see the kids do well.
Yeah, maybe we need to get them here and
I
celebrate
forget the name
them.
of it, but she's gonna tell you, and these kids performed in Greenville at the Bon Secours Wellness Arena. It's the Steppers.
Yeah,
you know?
Royal Devil Dog Steppers of Travelers High School were crowned the winners of the HBCU MLK Step Up Show at Bon Secours and awarded $500.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, they did a great job.
That's great.
Yeah.
Our kids got rhythm, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we need to get them to come and then perform for us. That
Well,
would
I'd
that
like
would
to
be
see
like
that,
the
yeah.
highlight of our council meeting for the year. So
And
that's
also,
great.
Brandy, I'd like to know if anybody has a report of the day of service on MLK Day in Travelers Rest.
Do we have enough, Philip?
So they did a litter thing around the city. Okay.
I actually want to say that the Momentum Bike Club kids
Yeah.
participated in it.
Yeah, yeah. They came and North Greenville University came, so we had a great crowd.
So, you know,
Yeah.
that's what it's all about. So I appreciate everybody coming out and doing their part.
Anyone else on council have anything for the good of council?
I will say thank you to council for your vote of confidence for electing me Mayor Pro Tem. I'm greatly honored for that. Thank you.
Don't disappoint us.
Do you have enough,
No pressure,
do you have
Grant.
enough years' experience for that job?
I may have enough
Say it out
years.
loud.
Yeah, I have 20 years experience, 20 consecutive years of experience being on this council. And I am very proud of that also.
Yeah. We'll
But
give a round of
Wayne, I
applause for
think-
that, yeah.
No, you got me, my little break in service. I was on council when you came, I was on council when he came on
Yeah,
council. And then I had a little break in service and.
both
they-
of us have the same
yeah.
number of years,
Yeah,
actually.
exactly,
Years
it's
served.
20 years, so, but.
Well, I appreciate our council. I think we've got a diverse group of people who have great experience, lived other places, lived here, and we work really well together, so I appreciate everybody.
Matter of fact, myself and Greg Robertson, and I think Tate was a fireman then. He was like a blue nose, wasn't he? We were all here together.
Let's not get into a fight, guys. All right, well, do I hear an motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All right, second?
Second.
All right, all in favor? All right. We are adjourned. Thank you again for our guests for coming. Thank you for speaking and recognizing our two great, we got a lot of great citizens in Travelers Rest. We should probably have one every meeting, so thank you.